one of the interesting things about growing up, and I've been doing this for 20 years, but I've really been in this exploration of growth and development for well over 30 years, is I've seen a lot of uncommon words become common. And one of the ones you hear a lot is power or empowered. So to be empowered means to leave someone with the ability to act. So if I'm focused on empowering a client, I just want to make sure that we've removed all the emotional, mental, or actual barriers to whatever it is they need to take action on, right? But when we think about power, power is a little different. We have some negative points of view around power. Sometimes when we think of power, we think of authority. Like policemen, teachers, government has power. So power over you, the ability to dominate. And sometimes when we think of power, we think of status, like where you belong on the PTA in your neighborhood or in your family. And sometimes when we think of power, we actually think of strength, like like an athlete. Look how we revere our athletes. We put them on a pedestal because of their strength, or a nation is powerful because of its military, right? So status, strength, authority. And when we look at power that way, it actually leaves us feeling powerless. The more we buy into that that's what power is, the more powerless we feel. Consider that power is actually your ability to have an intention and see that intention realized. Your ability to be fully present and act in a way that leaves you feeling good about yourself and about the situation. Your ability to approach anything from the point of view that you're going to be okay here. So if you think about power as status, authority, or strength, it's a big world out there and little old you. Real power actually creates. Real power isn't contingent on any of those outside influences. And you can tell someone you can actually spot someone who's really powerful. They feel good about themselves. They like being in their own skin. They have opinions, they have values, they have commitments, and they'll let you know what they are. They're not shaken by what other people are doing because they're grounded in what they're up to, versus being so distracted and trying to figure out where they belong in relationship to others. Right? So when we embrace real power and start to engage with the idea that there's always some place in which we're leaking power, meaning there's always some place in which we're giving it away, where we're looking at the situation or the person as if we are less than. So when we recognize what real power feels like and stay aware of where we may be giving away our power, then you can kind of take it back. So there's a guy across the street who's painted his entire house Pepto-Bismol pink, and he has every right to do so. And I spent 2 months giving away my power to that. I'd go out, I'd go to the mailbox, I'd look, and I'd go, I can't believe he did that in my neighborhood, right? And I think God put this guy across the street so that I get to look at every day where I give away my power, because that doesn't take anything away from me. And it's when we believe it does that we end up feeling less than, and we start to relate to ourselves as small. That's all being overwhelmed is, looking at the situation as if it's big and you're small. So when you're experiencing power, you see any situation as if this is something that I can handle or I can bring myself to. When leaders actively engage in real power and removing barriers to experiencing real power, obviously they're going to get results and get results faster because they're bringing their full self to whatever the situation is. And that's what empowering someone truly is.